been talking about marriage since last time, and our guest, Pastor Nicholas Kariuki, has spoken to us about marriages and conflicts in marriage and the stages of marriage. And I want us to continue. You've talked about the third stage of marriage, that is conflict.
Yes.
Talk to us about the rest.
All right.
If we are able to overcome conflict. Yeah.
As we talked about the marriage stages,
Yeah.
we are saying that every stage is important.
Okay.
Because even the romantic, the very first,
Yeah.
is very important. It helps somehow, even in chaotic stage.
Okay.
Because that is where now you'll be flashing back
The good memories.
the good memories. Because also marriage is made up by memories.
Okay.
So it is good to fill your marriage life with good memories.
Okay.
So when you find something to do, do it with all your heart. Now, when you're talking about the stage of disillusionment, we're talking about this where chaos begins.
Okay.
You know why? Because people are revealing themselves. And every human being has been created for self-manifestation. So when your wife becomes so angry,
It's her.
be happy. Because
You're finally meeting her.
because thank God that you're dealing with someone real.
Okay.
So address that thing
Okay.
accurately. You understand? Also separate issues. Separate between the anger in them, probably, and the person herself.
Okay.
So you need the person. But this other thing here needs to be controlled. So we only have if there is unrestricted anger. That's just an example.
Okay.
If there is an issue of self-control.
Yeah.
You understand? There are people who never control themselves. You see, three things will always characterize your marriage at this point. It will be like a test. They will manifest every marriage, especially on money, when money comes in.
Money.
Appetites.
Appetites. Money, appetites.
Yeah. And power or fame.
And power of fame.
When these things comes, they test your marriage.
Yeah.
So appetites, we're talking about even intimacy and all that and all that.
This is where it comes in.
Yeah, you see temptation. It's not so negative word as we think. Temptation, it is a word, it means testing for weakness. That's what the word temptation. You're testing for weakness. And I think it's good to understand your weak point.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're mostly struck at the weak point. So even as marriage, we need to understand that during this stage, as I said,
being away is important.
Being away is important. And also be happy. Don't just be very furious about this person is behaving this way, this way. You'll get even some people behaving in a way because of where they were raised. Probably the behavior is from the time they were teenagers. You understand? Yeah, or childhood crisis. There are people who behave certain ways because even of their esteems.
Yeah.
You understand? Probably they have low esteem or they have elevated esteem. Those two are dangerous. You see now, they are trying to fight back, to fight for their space.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the background that they grew in. So we also need not to be ignorant about that.
Okay.
The issue is the right way of resolving conflicts.
Yeah.
That capacity. Every family, every marriage has an inbuilt capacity to solve conflicts. It's like your body. Your body has inbuilt capacity to heal diseases through white blood cells. So when you're talking about that stage, we also need to understand about making decisions. Emotional decisions. There are decisions you can make during marriage or in marriage and cost you the rest of your life. Making decisions.
Yeah.
There are things you don't make decisions very fast. And because they are in conflicts, you say, come on, anywhere there is a separation or divorce.
Yeah.
There is an altar that you raise that will always speak even to your children and children. You understand? So when you're talking, it is not easy. It is not something to be ignored. for someone to say that I'm separating, I'm going back home. Even if you go and come back, things will never be the same again. The issue is, and for them that will come back, you're also calling them back.
Yeah.
But there are issues to be addressed. So,
At least
decision
make
making,
sure-
that quick decision making.
yeah.
You see, there are people who make decisions swiftly. Yeah.
Oh, too fast.
They're too fast. Directed now they're called emotional decision. We need to have what we call rational decision making. You sit, you consult your seniors, consult your mentors, consult before making a move. But
Take your time.
Take your time. But again, as a counselor, I also want to say this.
Yes.
Any marriage that is life-threatening, I'll just simply tell you, don't stay.
Don't say,
Yeah,
now that's life and death.
Yeah, that life, we better be casing about people who are life separated than people that are dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that one is very clear. Yeah. But you measure up your marriage. And then it takes a process to get to that peak violent phase.
Oh, you can tell we are headed there.
You learn when it is getting out of hands. You learn, and then you start attacking it as early as possible. And attack it with a rational mind. So after chaotic stage, then we get to growth and stability.
Wow. If you ever get out of this, you are blessed.
You're blessed. You've just come out from a deep valley. I tell you. And many are stuck.
Yeah. Actually,
Many
you
are
were just
stuck in
telling me a story.
Yeah.
That someone is stuck up to 78 years.
78 years. Yeah. And the one is 72.
72 and 78
And
years.
they can't stay together because they are stuck. When you don't deal with chaotic state, you get stuck. So, and because you're continuing in life,
Life is
and
moving.
you are stuck.
It's not
Life is
waiting.
moving. You get stuck. So, by a trigger, you continue getting back. That chaotic situation still continue attacking that marriage.
So if
At
people
the
are
end of
not
the
careful, they get stuck here
Yeah.
for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, you know, this one is not a physical thing. It's a psychological thing.
Talk to me.
Yeah, it's a psychological thing. So, and psychology is not demonic. Psychology is just the scientific study of how people think, how people feel, and how people behave.
Period.
Yeah, period.
Okay.
You understand? So your behavior, your feelings may be stuck. So you experience that marriage has not gone to the growth and stability. It has not grown. It has not grown whatsoever. So that growth now is when even when finances are there, they're not an issue. They're not an issue.
Yeah.
So marriage becomes so strong to a point it can accommodate some weaknesses. But when they fall on weak marriages, it's like a bombshell.
Oh, it's you to build your marriage to a place of stability.
Yeah, issues of phones, issues of whatever,
Yeah.
issues of money, they are non-issues. Because you've been able to get out from the chaotic valley. Let me call it valley. Of shadow.
How do I get myself off this valley? Because I think that's where majority of us
And those two principles I gave will make it, the ability, accurate, effective resolving of conflicts. Yeah. In fact, there is a lot of esteem in that marriage when they find out, hey, we were able to handle this. We were able to handle this. It grows stronger and stronger. But when there is a lot of imposing, people are coming. We are going always for help. We are calling for help.
every day.
The wife is calling so-and-so. The husband is calling so-and-so. You understand? So you're bringing different views. You understand? So you weaken. It's like that body that is not trained for immunity, to fight diseases. Every other time you feel simple cold or drugs into your body. So the healing system becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. So once you are able to handle issues, you continue building trust to one another. You continue getting stronger. And even it's like David having killed the bear and the lion. So when he sees Goliath, he he says, yeah, this is just a repetition.
100 words.
I have 100 words. That is how it is. So there is what we call marriage concept that carries the marriage image, the marriage esteem, and the marriage worth. You see now, that is what happens. So when you're at growth and stability, you're able to handle a lot. The marriage really turns into levels, gets into levels, grow indeed. You invest together. You know, there are people who just dependent on their partners when they are solo. But when they begin growing, one is flushed out, and you begin.
That we build together.
You build together, and you start growing alone. But one day you'll come back,
Talk to me about that.
and you'll not be able to fit back.
And you will need to come back.
However much money you may be having, however investments you may be having, you one day come back, and you not fit back. You see, in the book of Malachi, chapter 2, the Bible talks about that God stands as a witness between you and your wife, the wife of your youth. Yeah, the wife of your covenant. That's what the Bible says. Yeah. Do not deal trickerously with your wife of your youth. You get? He stands as a witness. So there is a level. You will have to be punished when you go and come back. Why are you coming back? So we
I like that.
going.
So go together.
Or go together.
Just go together.
Go together.
Not when it's possible. Make sure you go together.
Go together. Go together. So after now that we grow and stability now you get into what we call commitment stage. That is why now the issues of education comes in and all that.
It's a matter of years. It's just how fast you're able to work out your marriage to that level.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you there, you don't have now even more time together, by the way, because you here working, you have a lot of school fees to pay for whatever. You there, you do working, so committed, and then that is why there is the other stage of reunion stage. So you need somewhere to come and reunite together, because at the end of the day, children would go. You'll be back together. So it goes into levels until you get to what we call completion stage. And I think one day there was that issue of Isaac and Rebecca. Yeah, when they were so old and they were running somewhere with a lot of love. Very old. All right. So we are talking about, it is good to understand that it is not how many years you've married. How many stages have you ever been able to navigate successfully? Like even us, that's how it is. Yeah. It's good even to give examples. Every stage that we are able to succeed, we know this is the stage. This is how we are going to handle it.
Tell her.
Yeah.
It's easy to tapita.
Easy to tapita. Even when I see weird behavior and all that, you just know.
So
this is
wisdom builds up.
Those are the fundamentals.
Okay. So we are through. Talk something about parenting. Just now we do the marriage. We are now really within a family. Talk something about families, about parenting. Just a small part.
Parenting has its definition. And parenting is the ability, that's an ability, to bring up a child in several dimensions. Psychological, social, emotional, and spiritual. On the basis of their purpose and destiny. As a matter of fact, parenting is a generational obligation. You understand? So there are people who feel like just bringing a child and giving them food, clothes, that's enough. It is very important to understand that parenting is profound. So even if you pay school fees, but you don't, you're not aware of how that child feels, you don't consider their feelings and their emotions, their spirituality, I think that one will be inadequate and insufficient. So parenting must handle all those dimensions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give a tip.
All right. I think we need to understand about the issue of parenting styles.
Okay.
Therefore,
Styles.
yeah,
Therefore.
yeah.
That's nice. Does it apply to all dimensions? The blended, the single,
Yeah.
the coupled. Okay.
The issue here is the definition.
Okay.
The definition is the issue. Because even you can have the biological father,
Yeah.
you see, but they are not carrying psychological needs
Oh, for the children.
or emotional needs. You understand? The child is struggling with esteem issues, with worth issues and image issues.
Yeah.
You understand? Self-worth yake iko chini. They're miserable. They are there taking drugs and all kind of stuff. You understand? But you never care. But you make sure they have money.
They are fed.
They're fed.
They're going to school.
They're going to school. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think to whoever, before we go for the blended for whatever, I think the definition is very important.
Okay.
Yeah, because we start with the issue of the first parent is an authoritarian parent. Authoritarian parent. An authoritarian parent, they allow children only to be heard, never to speak. They should not speak. Who are you speaking? Who are you to speak when the father, the man of the house is speaking? You understand now? So, the authoritarian, they punish when they are dealing with issues in a child. They punish. They don't discipline. They punish. They never reward.
Oh, they never reward.
Because you see, discipline, we talk about there is disciplining and there is rewarding.
Okay.
When someone does good, you reward them. That's change of behavior, how we deal with behaviors. But they really command. They are kind of dictators. Yeah. And now, because many, in those early times, we had the authoritarian parents.
Yeah.
So you see, these people, because of that aggression, most of them become very hostile. Those children become very hostile because that is the mechanism that has gotten into them.
Okay.
You understand? So they also don't appreciate even authority. And the other thing is that,
The children end up never also appreciate.
they also never obey from heart. They obey because they fear to be punished. You understand? Yeah. So that obedience from heart, they never have it. So they never succeed in life. Because success in life depends on how you take things from your heart, how you obey from heart.
Wow.
You see, the other thing is that the children from that parenthood, they suffer low esteem, and they struggle academically.
What?
Yeah, you understand? They also never become leaders because they never express themselves. They're not given time to express.
Oh,
Yeah. So from there, we have the lenient.
Such a pity that you'd make your kid to become such. Yeah.
It is. You see, the formation of a child, even probably when they are between 0 and 2, that is where trust and mistrust is formed. When they begin mistrusting the world, it's so unfavorable. And the world is the environment they are in. They feel, hey, I cannot express myself. My feelings can never be considered. Those people, even when they grow up, when they become fixated and grow up, you see them fearing. They cannot express themselves. You'll get someone in a marriage, but very much fearful. Haongeangi. You understand? Yeah. Ni kwenye ametoka. It is so destructive.
Okay.
Number two is the lenient parent or the permissive parent. Yeah. This is where even if the kid is disobedient, they say that kids would just be kids. They're so lenient.
Yeah.
They're so lenient. Try, even as a teacher, to say that your kid is doing this and this and this. And they say, no, my kid cannot. They're growing in church, they're growing with good behaviors. They can't. They can't accept. So they're so lenient, so permissive. In fact, those kids never appreciate authority. Because now, when they do wrong, they are told, Kamami, Kadadi. Now, first of all, eat. We'll discuss that. And then, umekula. Probably they have even arrived at night. Sit down first and eat so that we can talk and discuss. And then you take them to an institution with authorities and rule and regulation. Even in church, they will not fit. Because even the church of God has rules and regulations. You cannot do anything that you want. You cannot talk anything that you want. You understand? So the new environment, now look at these two environments. There's a conflict of environments. So the child feels, why am I restricted here? I think these people don't know where I have come from. I hope they know my dad.
Even at home.
They'll be punished by my dad. So those permissive parents, that parenthood is very dangerous. It never collects. In fact, when you get, there is a lot of behavioral issues. They exhibit behavioral problems because there is no restrictions. There is no boundaries. There's no rules. There's no regulations. There's no standards. There is no principles, no ethics, no anything. Yeah. So they understand the world like that. So we also have now, we have the uninvolved. You know, a permissive parent takes a role of a friend more than a parent. They are more of friends to their children. So the uninvolved is the person that will never, they will never engage their energy and time to children. They don't know where they are. They don't know, they don't know where they are, why they came late, why they are. You see, one of the things about the uninvolved is that they will not accurately understand when a behavior in a child starts. Because behavior is a process. You get my point? It grows. So they are so ignorant about behaviors. So most of the time they will see already the grown behavior. Understand? But they are not so sensitive about the changes that comes into the child. The isolation, the withdrawal, the silence, the avoidance. You understand? Such sensitive issues, the communication change, because they are never there for them. And I would urge my viewers to be involved, fully involved.
Take time.
So those people, they feel like there are no boundaries. There are no boundaries in life. And then we have...
What do they end up becoming, these children without parents?
They're involved. They are self-guided.
Oh, self-guided.
They're self-guided. They can do now anything. They can do anything in this world. And they got nothing to mind about. They also develop behavioral issues, as I said. They also have interrupted esteem. Most of them have low esteem because they're not cared for. That is why even some of them, when they get married, they exchange into their mind the husband to a father. They've been craving for a father. and others, they see like, you see, this is a psychological issue. They expect mom from their wives. And that one also, and also that one, you see excessive love from their unusual, extreme love and care from their husbands.
That is not possible.
It is not possible. But they are craving for love. They're craving for love. And it is an unconscious issue. And then we have the authoritative. You see, we had the authoritarian. We have the authoritative now. Authoritative now balances. He balances. he has the ability to listen to the child.
Yeah.
They give them opportunity to express themselves. You see, you come to understand that there are even sometimes I was planning to meet all teenage parents.
Yeah.
Because the way you parent a teenage is not the way you parent a child, other stages of life, whether older or younger. You don't talk to a teenager. You talk with a teenager. You understand? Because this person is at this stage we call identity versus role confusion. They are looking for identity.
Okay.
That is why you always see them in groups. They're trying to look who I am, who am I?
Where do I fit in?
Yeah, that's where they struggle with what we call self-concept, self-image. They're looking for image. Who am I? They may even take someone from media or from wherever. They try to do stuff, making their hair, doing all that stuff. And then we have the self-image, the self-worth. They're trying to get their worth. You get? They're also trying to get their esteem. So this person is between a child and an adult. So akikuja, and that is why they think mostly, unajua inaendanga mbili. Kwa hivyo ni identity versus role confusion. You see now, if they don't get the identity, they sink into confusion. Kwa sababu akienda anaambia, ujue we ni mtoto. Kwa nini umechelewa? Ujue we ni mtoto. Alafu akifika nyumbani, ujue ni mtu mzima. Ulikuwa unafaa kufanya hivi na hivi na hivi. You understand? Yeah. So they are confused.
Where do I belong?
Yeah. So you'll get them in groups. In groups, try to get their identity.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So
Okay.
at that point, the authoritative,
Yeah.
He blends they speak. Even when he's punishing or whether that parent is disciplining, they put into account the child's feelings and emotions. You understand? So that child grows in a very balanced way. So they become leaders. They are very confident. They are used to address and to speak out their feelings. They have good esteem, because even when they are being disciplined, they are given the reason why. This is the reason. You see, an authoritarian never gives the reason. This is the reason. And this is the punishment, equated to the reason.
Okay.
You understand now? So with that parenthood, I think it is very important to understand that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware, but here in Nanyuki, there's been a lot of suicide issues. People are getting depressed. Maybe the changes of lifestyle. But I would like you to talk about loss and grief. Yes.
Loss and grief is, I think suicide is, those are two things.
Oh, those are different. I thought they caused by the loss of the grief.
Because the loss, someone can lose a parent, can lose a child, can lose. So that loss, when you're talking about loss and grief, suicide is personal elimination or termination of life. You terminate your own life as a culmination of issues that have happened in your life. Okay. So we talk about the loss and grief.
Yeah.
It's very important to understand that loss is something that has made many people sick and wounded. And loss does not depend on what probably someone has lost. There's someone who can even lose a phone, and the phone disturbs them so much. So loss is about, now from me where I sit, is from how the client feels about his or her loss.
Okay.
It's not how I think about it. Okay. That will be imposing.
It's not what.
Yeah.
It's how they feel.
Yeah. I wonder even sometimes when someone loses a beloved, you understand, probably a member of a family, and you go telling them, you just be strong. You continue with life. Forget things. Let me tell you, you really hurt that person. You know, you're looking at that person from your level. But they have intimate level and bond that they need to grieve about it. So when we're dealing with, that's what we call empathy. Empathizing, you get into their shoes. So you see now, you cannot, you solve the issues of loss in terms of how they feel, how they take that person or that. Someone can lose a car in an accident. But probably you have several cars or you don't have even a passion for cars. You start telling them, thank God, you are still alive and young. You will get other cars. You understand? But there is something they have felt. I've ever gotten someone who is totally got into depression because of losing a car. Yes, it was sound. You try to tell them you are healthy. But let me tell you, because of the process that he used to get that car, the sacrifice. So we do the loss according to how the client feels. Well, okay, when you're talking about loss and grief, that is fundamental. That is very important to empathize with someone. The people, even when they have lost their loved ones, they don't need your words. They just need to be there for them. Patting them, just be there for them. That will be important. Because the first stage of loss and grief is people get into denial. That is the shock level. You understand? They are shocked. And that shock can make them crazy, can destroy them. You understand? The first thing is denial. And that is the denial that we break as counselors. Because you cannot grieve when you're in denial. You'll get even some people when they probably the very close member of the family passes, you get them serving everywhere. Yes, I'm very strong, very strong. Those people, we break that so that they can grieve.
Okay.
You see, we need to understand that there is different level of grief and loss types. We have complicated grief. You see, and we have we have what we call postponed grief. And we have exaggerated grief. You understand?
Okay.
So we help people not only to grieve, but also to grieve well.
Okay, how do I
That is why
grieve
even
well?
Moses, when Moses died, the Israelites grieved for 30 days.
Oh, yeah.
You get my
Take
point?
time.
Yeah. We have very many people. I think I had done several of them. The issues of grieving, how they grieve. So when a person can, those people appear so strong, especially men. Appear so strong. Kwani mlalia sana, just accept and wacha maneno ishe. They postpone it. I even never dealt with someone that has postponed for 40 years a grief.
40 years, you can postpone a
for
grief.
the child, did not grieve well.
Yeah.
So during retire, by the time they are coming, after assessment or during assessment, the issue, we had to embark 40 years back.
What?
So that they can grieve. So she could grieve the son.
Yeah.
You see now. And it was so painful.
Allah.
It was so painful. And it destroys even the way of thinking. Because even the client was so affected, even in their mind, could not remember anything.
What?
So much affected. It was to a level of chronic level. Even taking some drugs. That's what I mean. You understand?
Okay, grieving.
Yeah, grieving. You understand? So when we postpone it, is not okay.
Okay.
So you get that they go through denial. That is how they deal with the shock.
Okay.
And then from that time, when they kind of delay, that is what we call anger. They have bitterness about life, about where God was, about that. They are bitter about everyone. You understand? And they get to bargaining. Next time we'll look deeply on them. But bargaining, they start finding meaning about this.
Okay.
You understand? And then, after bargaining, they get into depression.
What?
They sink into depression, hopelessness, helplessness. Now they are in their way to accept.
Okay.
You see, acceptance is like now they have surrendered. It's okay then. But before that, so they're depressed. They are helpless. They are hopeless about the situation. And then then they accept.
Okay.
So acceptance helps them now to move on. There are people who never move on. They never move on. Yeah. They keep even on visiting the tomb. They keep on visiting. Visiting. Even when they go, probably ni mahali alizikwa labda nyumbani. They go stay there. They cry there. They never move on.
Wow.
And you see that one affect their psychological health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even their spiritual health. You can begin operating the spirit of death.
Yeah.
Or the spirit of the dead. These start coming in the night.
Oh,
yeah. You know
these
that?
dreams,
Yeah. You know, we need also to blend.
You
see, when I'm counseling, I usually more of blending them with the word of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the spirit of death. And you see, the spirit of death has intelligence. So it can even stay and take another person when it is not dealt with.
Yeah.
You see? That's why David says, by your great mercies, deliver those that are appointed to die. That's what the Bible says. There is death appointment. That spirit of death that is looking on windows in the book of Jeremiah through windows. You understand? Yeah. So they keep on pampering that dead spirit, the spirit of the dead. And it even may worsen the situation.
Okay.
So we'll help people to move on. But through these stages.
Yeah.
Losses will always be there in life.
Yeah.
However painful they are, they will always be there.
Yeah.
But the issue is grieve well.
Grieve well.
Grieve well. So some people even make other people not grieve. Wacha kufikiria hiyo maneno. And you see now, it is the grieving period. Jana your story. Don't start mentioning that person here. So we help them to dig. It's just because they are
when we
sick.
do that, we're doing wrong. We
we're
are
doing
stopping
wrong.
the grief
We are
process.
stopping the grieving process. And these people will
And
continue.
is there a specific time to grieve, a period? No. Is there such?
I think the issue is when the grief process is over.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just grieve until it is over.
When it is dealt well. It's just like a wound on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it is treated well, then it will
Napona.
heal. But when it is not treated, it will still continue recurring.
Yeah.
Even the issue of the one that breaks the news. You see, this one creates a heart wound. Remember, it's a wound that is created.
Yeah.
Those that break the news. That is why the first session to that family or to those people that between 48 hours, they are believed. Understand? Bereavement counseling. You ensure that the breaking of the news is done professionally. Because it can need...
Okay, how do you break news professionally? Bad news.
You know, there's someone who can break news
Yeah.
in a very bad way. And
For
injures you. And injures
forever.
you. Forever. The way they have just come.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there is a way we assess the environment. There's a way we plan issues.
Yeah.
I told you that, or I was telling the viewer about the communication. Communication is not, it takes even the environment, how you behave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're talking about the breaking of news, it's not like saying hey, so-and-so has died. And probably is very close
to that person.
The shock will be too bad. So people are made up of feelings.
Create an environment that they can almost answer themselves, but not yet.
Yeah. So there is a way. You know, counseling is not advising.
Yeah.
Yeah. is that if you were able to have a problem, then God has given you ability to resolve that problem. So we just trigger the process inside of you.
Wow.
You understand? We don't impose. You know, advice is imposing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my what I have.
I give you.
I give you.
Okay.
But counseling is what you have, you benefit from.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. All right. So there's a professional way you can give
Yes.
the answers.
Yeah.
And then people should be allowed to grieve.
People should be allowed to grieve.
Yeah.
You know, they also should not exaggerate the grief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we should
Oh,
not
you might get
exaggerate.
stuck if you exaggerate.
And also resort to other psychological disorders or even physical illness.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a way you need to grieve, and the only way to grieve, it's good to always appreciate the counselors,
Okay.
especially the accredited ones.
Once. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me a bit about depression. It's something that has come and it's affecting our families. Can I know when someone is okay now because of the issue of suicide, before they get to that level, can it be helped?
All right. I think depression.
Yeah.
I think we can trace it from stress.
Stress.
Yes.
It's totally different. Okay, so what happens?
Because I think you see stress. Stress is psychological and emotional strain.
Okay.
Yeah. When you are straining, you understand, then it develops to stages. You understand? So we have acute. Then it translates to chronic. And that is what we call episodic acute stress or depression. Then when it is like that, then it develops to depression. Now, depression is a disease. That person is sick. You get. And in early stages, they begin by withdrawing, keeping silent, you understand, isolating.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Because, especially when it's in acute level. But then it translates into chronic.
Okay.
Now, chronic, we have now disorders. Like now we have post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
That affects your mind. That even when whatever was depressing you is over, the disease remains. You see, so depression.
Yeah.
Depression is something, you see, we're talking about mental illness.
Yeah.
And mental health.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Mental health. And this is a time, like now we are talking about the issues of economic issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Economic hardships.
Yeah.
The issues of limitations everywhere.
Yeah.
We need to understand that people need to be empowered. And most probably, even when these things come, we don't have programs to empower people.
Okay.
Yeah. Like now when we had all the issues of the pandemic, people are not
Cancelled.
they're not cancelled, they're
So
not
they-
empowered. We don't have
there's
those
nothing.
programs.
Yeah.
But people need to be cancelled.
Okay.
Because so that they can be able to be flexible. There is what we call flexibility principle. They're able to be flexible on their bills, on how they eat, on how they dress.
Oh, yeah.
Life is, you understand now.
Yeah.
Yes, so that you can just be flexible. We are not entertaining the spirit of poverty,
But
you
you're-
need to be wise.
True.
Yeah,
True.
You need to be wise at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you used to take meat every day,
And you don't have a
which is-
job now, please.
and you don't have a job, I think
Yeah.
that issue of balance. So if people don't adjust, they then begin to get into that level of depression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So can I tell? You've said one of the symptoms is withdrawal. I'm watching out for a friend, so that we're able to stop it before it goes to the chronic side. What are some of the signs?
Some of the signs.
Yeah.
We have psychological signs, emotional sign,
Yeah.
physical signs.
Or
You
physical.
understand?
Just say the physical. Maybe
the
the others you
the
might not.
physical. But even the psychologicals are also important because,
Okay.
for example, emotional,
Yeah,
people
emotional.
will have unrestricted anger.
Oh, unrestricted anger. Oh, they are still.
You
things-
see, that
okay.
one is very important.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
Yeah. Heightened sensitivity. You understand? You
Oh, small thing.
Oversensitive. You understand? The issue of resentments, bitterness. You understand? And when you look at those issues, some are very unnecessary.
Okay.
Very unnecessary. Now you look at why were you so angry up to this level?
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. This is someone who is getting into depression. You understand? So isolation. This is someone. They are not introverted, probably.
Yeah, but
or even if they're
sudden,
introverted, but we say you should be an ambivert. Hapo katikati.
Tuseme tu ukweli.
You understand now? But now you become all of a sudden to be reserved. You're not talking a lot. There is a change of behavior. Those changes of behaviors are very, very complaining every other time. You understand? You know, I have ever seen someone sinking into depression. By then I didn't have skills.
Oh, yeah.
But it really traumatized me.
Yeah.
Someone becoming mad.
You see what I mean? Yeah.
As you're handling the case. Very healthy person, very learned person. It was very traumatizing. My brain.
It's so,
in their makeups and in their right dressing and everything. And someone is becoming mad. I could not, I almost, I better
You saw it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now, it grew worse and worse and worse and worse. But later we intervened.
Thank God.
And now the client is very, very, very healthy.
Yeah.
To the glory of God. So don't joke with depression.
Yeah.
You see, many people are mentally ill. The issue is percentage. The issue is percentage.
Pastor, be careful. Yes.
Have you ever seen an angry person? How they behave?
Yeah.
That is some level of percentage, but they are lower. They are manageable.
They're still under control.
They're still under control.
Okay.
So the issue is we manage. Is it David that say that an angry person is just like a mad person?
Yeah.
Have you ever read that?
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah. So it is good also to take care.
Okay.
To take care about even the person that is staying with this person.
Okay. Yeah.
Never to be a trigger.
Oh,
By
never
the way,
to be a trigger.
the other part is to be very careful about the triggers.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, this person is, depression process weakens your emotions. You become so weak.
Yeah.
So you need not to be triggered.
Okay.
So you need, the person staying with you needs also to take care of you and to take care of your emotions.
All right. Give us a parting shot as we end.
All right.
We've talked a lot of things. Just give us a piece of advice.
And just to mention, the suicide, we have very many people that are killing themselves.
Yeah.
You know? So just be very careful when that person behaves in an unfamiliar way.
Okay.
Change of behavior.
Yeah.
There are others that begin selling businesses at throwaway price. You understand?
Okay.
Being careless. In fact, one of the signs, just giving a tip as I end.
Yeah.
If you want to know someone wants to kill themselves,
they
will probably they were distant. They had distance.
Yeah.
Between you. You were not even very close friends, even the family members.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden they come and love you so much. Yes. They are too close. They are just loving you so much. And giving you things and stuff. That person.
Okay. That is interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you say, don't say, hey, my brother has been so kind these days.
Watch out.
Watch out. Selling things at throwaway price. This person is living.
Oh, he's living. All the actions of.
He also, because now one cause of suicide is low esteem.
Yeah.
They want to build. They want to be missed when they go. They feel they want to be missed. They want people to feel pain. Bad by pain
when they leave.
When they leave, the pain that they are feeling. So we have those signs that probably they may not never see.
Thank you so much.
So when you are such a person, keep sharp objects not exposed. You understand?
Yeah.
those what do we call them, drugs and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good, and don't let them stay alone.
Okay.
Yeah, we have lost many, and it feels so bad.
Yeah.
Because they just went to their houses, and you know their condition, and they killed themselves. So, at my parting shot, I would like to my viewer.
Yeah.
We've really talked very many things.
Yeah.
That are godly.
Yeah.
And God has ordained this platform.
Yeah.
To heal your family.
Yeah.
To heal your mind.
Yeah.
To heal your thinking. That God will minister to you by His grace. I've just come to understand that it is by the grace of God that makes things well. So the Lord bless you so much, and the Lord continue ministering to you all.
Amen. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here with us. And one thing that has come out clearly is that don't stay with your issues. And if you're facing any difficulty, you're going through a hard time, you're facing a lot of things that you think you cannot handle, just contact us. We'll let you know his number. He's a counselor with Grace Counseling here in Nanyuki. And you'll get in touch with him, and he can help you out. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to appreciate our prophet again, even as we end this program. Thank you so much, Dad, for this chance and opportunity. Let me make a prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, we exalt you, we glorify your name. Thank you, dear Father, even because of our viewers. Thank you for them that are going through a hard time, them that are hearing this wisdom, oh God, them that we need to watch out for our friends that are going through a hard time, that we may help them. Father, I pray for abundance of grace to the glory and honor of your holy name. We give you all the praise and all the glory, for in Jesus' name have we prayed and believed. Amen.